Hey, right, howdy. Oh, something's falling. Hey, I was just practicing with some music, um, just for fun, just to see what happened and see what the sound would be like. And it's sounds, music, etc., off of YouTube Studio. Supposed to be free to use, but we'll find out what Facebook has to say. You know how that goes. Everybody's different. Hey everybody, it's Sunday and it is January 11th, 2026. And I'm just saying hey to everyone, to my Facebook pages that will allow me to go live, and Sassy Silver Sisters on YouTube. We'll see how this works. I'm trying. Happy Sunday. Oh, it's cold. You know what? My mom said it was a little cooler in Mesa than what so she'll probably go from here to Mesa and it be cold there too. So, is it snowing? Oh my gosh. Snowing? Okay, that's what I got. You know who for. Alexa, what's the temperature and weather in Culpeper, Virginia?
Right now, it's 46 degrees Fahrenheit. Today, expect a high of 50 degrees.
20 degrees? I don't expect that I don't know. My imagination doesn't allow it to happen. Okay. Alexa, what is the weather in, where are you? Nevada.
Right now in Carson City, Nevada, it's 12 degrees Fahrenheit with partly cloudy skies. Today's forecast has mostly sunny weather, with a high of 42 degrees and a low of 12 degrees.
Alexa said 12 degrees. Alexa, what's the weather in Mesa, Arizona?
Right now in Mesa, Arizona, it's 56 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies and sun. Throughout the day, you can expect more of the same, with a high of 69 degrees and a low of 44 degrees.
Okay. It's just cooling off in that area. Weird. Weird. I don't know. The weather is weird. But I wouldn't think, I know that doesn't give you any hope, does it? I don't know where she gets her information. Miss Alexa. I don't want to say her name. Oh my gosh, I haven't taken my allergy meds yet. Oh, I'm suffering here. Anyway, it's Sunday. I like to say hi to everybody because I really do appreciate all these Facebook pages I have. And so I wake up this morning with my bright ideas that gives me in trouble, right? I said, okay, because I haven't been going live on Cathy's online sales. I just haven't been consistent. So I thought, well, one of my video ideas would not be to go live, but to video what's going to be in the upcoming Whatnot show that I'm going to have, hopefully, this coming week. I'm hoping anyway. We'll see. You know, everything, I can't plan anything because if I plan something, it ends up screwing up. So hopefully my next And I want to add a couple more things to it, whether I get to or not, I don't know, but I want to start the ball rolling with these Whatnot sales, and then that'll determine whether or not I stay on Whatnot. How about that? I also have supplies I got to order. I've got to get taxes done, which figures are ready. It's not on paper yet, but it's okay. It's okay. And what's happening with you guys this week? Anything special? Mom is going to be headed one day to her house in Arizona. That would be lovely. Hopefully it stays warm. But I don't know. It's getting warm here. I don't understand none of this weather. I don't understand the warm temperatures, then cold, then warm. Then I don't understand that. Never have. But that's the way it's been the past, I don't know how many years it's been going up and down instead of, okay, it's going to be cold this week. No. So we'll see. We'll see. And then, let's see, what else was I thinking about this morning? Oh, more organization. So I won't be able to find anything. But that's going to be a daily project. We'll just pick one with the ADHD thing. It's pick one thing, one short task, and complete that. Because if you try to it's like if you try to complete, unless I have the whole day. If I have the whole day, I can work on a big project. But if I don't, one short task a day. And then if anybody has any ideas for, I've got some eggs accumulated in the refrigerator, and I want to get those. I don't want them to spoil, so I want to get some kind of, I already know I could do deviled eggs. That's a given. And then I don't have white bread around anymore, so I can't do French toast. Has lots of plants. I think they do that to make it homey, kind of. You know, at bookstores before computers, I wanted information. I would go, what's the name of that big bookstore? I would go to this huge bookstore, and I could spend hours there, hours, because I was researching information in these books, and I got a lot of information out of these books. And I could sit there and thumb through the book without having to buy it, which I love. And I did the same thing at a library, but the bookstore had modern, right? And the library has older. But I still found information, and I could spend all day there too. So, when the grandkids were in school, I'd run over to the library. Or when I had to work in another city, Manassas, I could go to the bookstore. And then the used bookstore was a place where they have this huge bookstore, used bookstore, and they would give away usable items in this bookstore. And I got all kinds of stuff out of this box that they said for free. I got art supplies. I got some books that I wanted and stuff like that. And then my granddaughter would go there, and she'd get all the books that were free for whatever she was collecting. And so it's all fun. The bookstores can be fun. No pinned products. Okay. I'm checking over this software. because I'm still working. I'm also, today's Sunday, so I get to do some research on the OBS software so that I can make these videos the way I want to. It's live on YouTube, so I like doing that because then Facebook takes your live streams away. Did you know that? Days or something, they taken down. So I like having it connected to YouTube because it's not taken down. If anybody's into doing videos or wants to start or whatever, I'm not the expert. But if you know me, I'm always playing, trying to figure out the way to do things for free or whatever. And so my Barely Getting By Facebook page is where you want to be for that. I don't know if Alyssa, if you found that one out or not. But there's a, let me see. Let me see if I can find it on here where it's, where are you? It's not telling me. Because you can cross post to all your pages. You cannot on Facebook, but you cannot cross post to your profile, which I don't think is fair. That's my personal opinion, but I don't think it's fair. Cross post. Okay. If I knock you off, it's because I'm playing with the software. So I have a Facebook page called Getting By on Barely Nuttin' Honey. So way in the beginning, I had my profile on Facebook back in the day was See Right Art Gallery, because I was doing art and I was selling art on eBay just to make a couple bucks, nothing extravagant. And then I said, well, my other interest is getting discounts and getting stuff for free or whatever. And that's the other page, Getting By on Barely Nuttin' Honey. And so, yeah. And so now my other interest. So I have a See Right Art Gallery as a page, but I don't participate because I haven't done any art lately. But I like to say hi to everybody. And then Cathy's Cookies and Treats will not let me go live for now, so I'll have to, either you have to have so many followers, I think that's what it is. So Cathy's Cookies and Treats, if you guys go over there and follow that on Facebook, it would help me out a lot. And then of course I've got Cathy's Online Sales where I can go live and Getting By. So yeah, so I have a lot of fun, and all my interests are completely well, I don't know. The like I told, that gets that out. Yeah, the Facebook doesn't help you a lot. I mean, they do, but they don't. You know what? They want to be. They want to. I can understand getting rid of the live videos in a way, because some very famous celebrities that I would follow. What's his name? Off of Shark Tank. What's his name? Dwayne Johnson or Wayne Johnson? I don't know. But anyway, I used to follow him because he would talk clearly so that I could understand it. And so I was following him for a while, and all his live streams, at the end of the live stream, it would disappear. That was way back when. He wouldn't keep it on. I don't know if he does now or not, but so now they're making it so that after 90 days, Facebook will take your live stream off. So I'm going, well, if I double up and do the same thing on YouTube, then I'll have the video if I decide I want to do something else with the video, right? Because a lot of these fancy creators are taking clips off of these videos and making shorts out of them. I don't have time for that. So my goal for this year is to get back into reselling because I, could use the extra money, and you can make a lot of extra money from reselling. Hence Cathy's online sales. So, yeah, you can make a lot of money. Now, Kelly, I hope nothing messed up because I heard of something. Kelly also sells online. So, and every once in a while, you'll see me share her stuff. She likes to buy wholesale items and thrift new items. She likes to do. So, and whatever, eBay, and she's on eBay, and she's thinking about going over to Poshmark. But if you resell clothing, if you want to resell clothing, Poshmark is the place to be, because first place I always look for something, I'm looking for something specific, is eBay. And then clothing, Poshmark. Other stuff, Macari. And I tried new places to resell, and I made a sale here and there, but it's not worth all the work for me. So, yeah, Facebook now, Facebook, when they make changes, it screws up something else. So they made some kind of changes somewhere, and next thing you know, I couldn't get on Facebook Marketplace. And I'm starting to gear up Facebook Marketplace because I want to sell plants at the beginning of the spring. I want to start selling plants. And so Mom has some plant starts going, and I'm gathering up the plants that we want to sell. And if you can make $100, $200, $300 for the spring, that helps too. So you got, you have a lot of things that you can do as a reseller to make a couple dollars. I was telling Mom, I said, look, this is the way I've always been. Make a couple dollars here, make a couple dollars here, make a couple dollars here. Then when you total it up, it's a chunk. So, and I haven't been able to do that this year. So we're going to start over once again. My daughter gave me fast food gift certificates for Christmas. And that's what I've been concentrating on, making sure I spend them fast food. And but I don't eat the meat at the restaurant. So I'm going, okay, she gave me Taco Bell. Now what do I do? So I looked up their menu. They have a veggie thing. Did you know that? I did not know that. So we will be checking that out, and I'll let y'all know, because I've never done that before. I used to go get real quick, like I'd go from one place to the other when I was doing house cleaning. In between, I'd grab a bite. And what I would grab would be a bean burrito. And that was satisfied me enough until later on in the evening when I finished work. So I didn't know they had a veggie. I think everybody does now, right? They have a veggie whatever. Even Subway has a veggie sandwich. This other place I can't think of their name. They have a veggie sandwich. So I'll eat the meat from the farm, but I'm not going to eat the restaurant meat. That's just who I am right now. Past 3 years I've been doing that, and it's fine. It's fine. So now I got to use up eggs, and I got to use up apples. So you know what I'm going to... Is it your favorite? It used to be mine until I stopped eating meat, because I thought that everything at Taco Bell had some kind of burger or something on. And I know, I'm not eating. Okay, at least I'm happy. I guess I could buy a soda or whatever, but I'd like to buy the snack food or in between foods. You know what? My daughter turned me on to, my other daughter turned me on to Chipotle, because you get a lot of food for the money in comparison to Taco Bell, right? I don't know what I'm doing, but I told my daughter, I said, why can't I make this stuff at home? And so that's what I did this past week. I made the rice, the beans, the sauces, the what do you call that? Chunky whatever sauce, and some corn and stuff like that. And that's what I ate all week. And that satisfies my Chipotle run. That satisfies me not wanting Chipotle. So that worked out all week. That's what I ate all week. I can do that. I don't get tired of it. I like it. McDonald's is not my cup of tea at all, unless it's only tea. I went and I think McDonald's was supposed to change the grease that they fry the French fries in. And I could tell the difference if they did, because I hadn't bought from them in a long, long time. And I said, okay, this is what I got to do. I got to run in there, because she gave me McDonald's. So let me run in there and get a large fry and a large drink. So I get the large fry, and I hadn't had them in a while, and they were still warm. The grease coated my mouth. With their potatoes at Taco Bell? The potato? I didn't know they had. See, that's how long it's been since I've been to Taco Bell. Ever since I stopped the meat. Wait a minute. I got to look that up now, Lissa. You got me curious. Taco Bell menu. Okay, Taco Bell menu. I didn't know they had potatoes. I know, let's see, what did they have? Maybe I bought stuff like that for the kids or something. Let's see, menu. I don't see nothing. That's what's popular. That's not what I want. Okay, let's go. Potatoes. Oh, that's a good idea. Cheesy Fiesta potatoes. That's a good idea, Alyssa. That's a good idea. See, black beans and rice. I've already done that this week, so no. So I got to do something with eggs, and apples is no big deal because I can figure that out, you know. How about if I say veggie? Veggie Mexican pizza. Now that looks good to me. Now that's making me hungry. Okay. Yes, that looks good. Okay, now I got options here. Cheesy rice and beef. But see, I already did the thing this past week. Good to know. Thanks for the help. Didn't know. I never bought potatoes from them. Never. I did not know. I'm so happy. I have options. Oh my gosh. But I'm going to try that. I'll probably try that before I go over to Mama Sassy's house. And that way I can share it with her and see what she thinks. She's like everybody else. She's likes a fast food every now and then. So, yeah. And any place I can get a deal is good. Let's see. What did that have? Where'd it go? Veggie. Which is the veggie Mexican pizza. Let's see what's on it, y'all. I'm just, can you tell I'm hungry? Okay, it's got a Mexican pizza sauce. Okay. 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 That's good. And it's $5.99, which if you're sharing, you know, when I was a teenager, skinny as a rail, I could eat a whole pizza in one sitting. I still can, but I don't. Oh, that's so good. I'll be so happy to get that. If I remember it, that's what I'm doing before I go to Mama Sassy's. I'll go ahead and get that pizza, and then we can try it. And I think she already has meats and stuff in her refrigerator. So if she wants to add a meat to it, that's okay. She doesn't care. She doesn't eat a whole lot at one time anyway. So yeah, so that'll be good. Yeah, I've got it on my own. Passing through whatever. I've got to remember about the potatoes though. You don't like it? Yeah, I'll let you know because I've never had it. And Mom likes quesadillas and stuff. Oh, you've never? Okay. Mom like and the option for you to order online says you could put extra, and I don't know how much extra cheese or extra tomatoes or extra. I don't know anything about that. But did you know you can make your own of this stuff? If you like it, then you can make your own, like I do with Chipotle. I just make my own now, and I buy the block of cheese and cut it up and all that and put it on. I just take everything out of the refrigerator, put it in a bowl, stick it in there, put the sauce on it, and stick it in the microwave, heat it up, and it's fine. I mean, I'm not that picky. I just don't want a restaurant's meat. And I did not think that I would stick to it, but I have. And I also have more hamburger from the ranch in the freezer. So if I crave that kind of protein, there it is for me. And I was doing that the other day. Oh gosh, I'd like to have some good hamburger. Oh, that's right. I got some in the freezer and then it went away. So I do like hamburger but what I do now, instead of buying the white bread, I buy that Dave's grain bread, and that is the only bread that works for me as far as not upsetting my system. Cooking your own, yeah. Do you have a place where you can buy your grain-fed beef? People complain that it's $2 more or $1 more than the grocery store, but I promise you, if you find a good place to buy fresh, and they might freeze it, and that's okay too. When you compare what's from a grocery store, like or what's from a farm, you can smell the difference. You can smell it. And the stuff from the store is nasty. And you're better off getting going to, like, I go to the Lakota Ranch in Remington. If anybody's local, my son, I'm happy because my son just told me that he's going in on, or is thinking about going in on some beef where you can take the beef and quarter it, whatever. Everybody goes in on it. And it's just better for you if you've got a trustworthy farmer. So we raised our own there for a minute when we lived on this farm. And then we stopped and run out of meat, and I had to go to the store, and it about made me sick. So whatever's going on, yeah, No, I'd rather just go ahead and go to and number one, you're supporting the local farmer, which they desperately need that. And you're supporting your own health. And now the one time I got stew meat and stuff like that, but it has been cold enough to do that this year. I tried. So we made spaghetti, made our own sauce, and everybody loves it. So I don't know. I just think it's just better for you to get stuff out of a garden. Some people do the co-op gardens, right? Where you go in and you help and you share the food. And then like Mom has in Arizona, she has orange trees and stuff like that. And she takes her leftovers to the neighborhood or the church. Buy the food there. Yeah. It's they have, what's the name of that? Kelly did it. Where you paid so much a month and you'd go by there and pick up, is it a co-op? And you'd pick up the veggies and stuff. And she said it was a lot. But you know, it's homegrown kind of thing. It's not coming from across the states from California and coming like to Virginia. It doesn't have to travel. You need to check into it. You can Google in your area farmers markets if there's one particular thing that you really, really like fresh. You can look like my granddaughter has a local farm in her area that she buys meat from. And they're kind of similar in price, which is only $1 or $2 more. If you don't eat it every day, it's even if you eat it every day, it's better for you. I think personally, that's what I think. So you can Google. Let me Google. Buy meats from local farms. Because they advertise, because it's a business, you know. Okay. Sourced from family farms. Ooh. Okay, so they have Virginia Bison Company. They have Honeybrook Farms. That's in Brandy Station. That's local to me. Lakota Farm is where I go. So yeah, just do that. Just Google in your area. There's a lot of farms that are selling meat. And even before the farm might have been a business, but people would raise their own beef and they go, hey, I got a beef. Anybody want to go in? Because they can't store the whole beef, right? So everybody go in on the quarter or half. We've done that too. The whole thing is just better. I mean, I see good all the way around when you're supporting a farmer. Because I don't know about now, but I used to know farmers and they all had to have other jobs to support their family, not just the farm. So going organic or whatever, that's all good all the way around. But just put like this, what I do is I decide how much money I want to spend. And then I order online because most people do that now. And then whatever their arrangement is for you to pick up, then you could pick up. That's all you got to do. You just got to put it in, decide what you want to do. And like this time, all I got was ground beef because it hasn't been cold enough. I go, okay, I can make chili if that's what I want to do, you know. But it hasn't been cold enough to have hot soups every day. Happy during the summer. That's when we eat. Yeah, see, that's when you eat the healthiest. Yeah. Yeah. It's you're thinking in the right direction. you're thinking in the right direction, because when it help, that's what I like about reselling, because there's no waste. Well, for me, there's no waste, because I don't believe in throwing that's good. But anyway, it's no waste. So if I get an auction somewhere, or if I go to the thrift shop and buy something, it's recycling it. And so if I get an auction, you throw the trash away when you do an auction, but I can get out of the auction what I want personally, what I want to resell, and anything that I go, no, I'm not worried about this, I give it away, or I resell it for like this much just to get it gone. But here lately it's been, okay, I don't need all of this, I'll give it away, and they will come and get it, because other resellers they want to pay the least amount. And so I have people in line that if I contact, do you want this for free? They'll come if they can, if they can't, and it's all good to me. Yeah, I remember that back in the day, the farmers were struggling bad. I mean, it's sad. The farmers were actually, how do you say this? They were doing themselves in. Let's put it that way. No lie. And because they couldn't make it, and they didn't want to give up the family farm. And that's sad. They didn't know how to do it. They just didn't know. And so we had a lot of that going on when I was a kid. And all the moms, the wives, they had jobs. And the farmers had second jobs other than the farm. And I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you have second jobs when you have a big piece of property, because it takes all day for everything. But they manage. And I like the idea that, okay, people going to organic. Now let's support the people that are raising these foods. Like Rhonda's husband does the honey. My brother does the honey. It's all organic. It's all pure. And people want that now. They don't want, you go in the store and you get fake honey. Believe it or not, but you do. And you could take the same amount of money for what they call organic honey. You want to buy raw honey. You don't want to feed it to your little boy yet, but you want raw honey. So you can find that too locally. And once again, you might pay a little tiny bit more, but you know where it's coming from. So my lecture is over. Buy organic, people. Because just because it says it's organic in the store does not mean what you think it means. A farmer's life is hard. Oh, yeah. And it doesn't have to be a fancy farmer either. They get all technical with these huge businesses running farms. They get all technical and all that. You can be a homesteader, have your property, raise your food. Mom talks about when they used to live on a farm when she was a kid. She said, you know what? She said, I don't remember my grandmother, going to the store ever, because the guys would have to go to town to get their feed or get their whatever for the animals, seeds and stuff like that, whatever. And so she would just give him the list and he would go pick up whatever. She said, but we raised our own meat and we raised our own vegetables and we had our own milk. She said, so things like sugar or whatever is just like on, what's the name of that show? House on the Prairie or whatever the name of it was, and where the wife rarely went to town. It was like that. And then I had my mother-in-law at the time said, we went to town. It was an all-day event. It was like, because there was things you could do, so it was an all-day event, and then they would eat lunch or whatever, because they never went to town unless they needed something. Let's bring back the old days. I keep saying I liked it better on the farm than, although I wasn't the farmer, the person that took care of the little baby animals if the mama died or whatever. I was that person. And but it's more peaceful on a big piece of property than it is in a town or a city or whatever. It's more peaceful. It's calmer. That's what I need. Calm. Okie dokie, everybody. I appreciate the conversation, Alyssa. And you're on the same wavelength, I think, that I'm on, as far as, because before all the publicity about food, I used to crave real food. And now I know why, because it's got more vitamins and stuff in it. Keep chickens good, because you know what? Chickens are meat and eggs. So you have two. So if you ever get a couple of chickens, you'll never go hungry, because you have meat and you have eggs. And I promise you, Leroy, Rhonda's husband, they got chickens. And if they can't trade or whatever, because you get too many roosters, right? So if you can't trade, you can butcher your chicken, your rooster that you don't need. So he would put it in the freezer or can it or whatever. And I'm going, I'll eat it. I know where it came from. I know it was taken care of properly. I know where it came from. So there is more flavor in your homegrown food than there is if you go to the store and buy the mass-produced chicken legs or whatever. There's more flavor. And so when I got her, she gave me I think it was canned, because she canned chicken. And I said, I ate every single bit of it because there's more flavor. So think about that. That's a good idea. You don't have, for your family, unless you have 20 kids, for your family, you don't need a whole bunch of chickens, and you don't need a rooster. But if you get a rooster that you don't want, somebody around may trade. I'll trade you a rooster if you give me whatever. They'll trade. They like to do that. But if you can't get rid of the rooster, even giving it away or whatever, then you can go ahead and have it for dinner, because that's life. That's the way it goes. You got to feed. But you don't need a whole bunch of chickens for. See, what did my son say? Is it just them two? He said, I don't want a whole lot of chickens. I just want just a few, just enough to supply me with eggs. Because he had a whole bunch of chickens before. And I used to get eggs from him. And then when I had to hurry up and go to the store and get eggs for something I was making, I said, I feel like I'm cheating on my son. Yeah. So it's all good. Natural is better. So I'm glad you're thinking that way. Makes me happy. And makes me happy my son's thinking about going in, because they got an extra freezer. So they're going in on a local for the beef. And he's got deer, because where he's at. All good. If you want to check on him, he is not as doesn't have time to be on social media like I do. But his Facebook page is Storage Bandit. Let me see if I can find it. And YouTube. I think they're the same name. Bandit. And you might already follow them because I've talked about them before. Storage Bandit on Facebook. Yeah, that's him. I'll put a link. Can I do that on YouTube? Yeah, I can do that on YouTube. Hey, I am just so smart today. Okay, and Facebook in the chat. My husband wants a rooster. He thinks they are cool, which they can be, but I've noticed some roosters can be straight up mean and loud. How do I explain that, rooster? Now, see, some people don't allow roosters. Some communities don't. Roosters, okay, I'm putting the link. Roosters can cause trouble. It's not their fault. It's just who they are. But they're protecting their hens. So when you walk to the chicken house and they're out running wherever, because you want them to free range when they can, they'll chase you down. They're aggressive, some of them aren't, but they're doing their job. It's like a guard dog for his women, for his females. Yeah, he's protecting his hens. But some roosters are crazy. Some roosters like it. I don't know. I didn't hear it last time, or I wasn't paying attention because I'm used to it. But it used to be when I go to Rhonda's, every time I go towards their door, he'd holler, the rooster. Every time I go out, if I'm cleaning her office or whatever, and I take something to the trash, he's hollering. Every movement, he would holler at somebody, him or not. Jason, doing fine. How are you? Anyway, so yeah, the roosters can be, yeah. Watch the videos. Watch the short videos on rooster. The farm kids know how the roosters are. Farm kids do. And they always take something if they have to go get, like my grandson's son. He has to take protection to go get the eggs. He does. And then I was on a video. Yeah, okay, I got it. And then I was on a video call where the granddaughter was talking to my son, and she had to go pick up a stick. She says, I got to go out here and get the eggs. She had to pick up a stick because the rooster was mean. It's not funny, but it is funny because you got to protect yourself. You don't have to have a rooster to have eggs. You have to have a rooster for fertilized eggs, but you don't have to have a rooster for just regular eggs. But yeah, they can get in trouble for sure. All right, my lady. I will talk to y'all later. And if you ever think of doing live videos on Facebook, just remember they take them off after, I think it's 90 days. They take them off. And it's probably because I do so many of them. I don't know. Some people are go do live streams every single day. But yeah, I'll have to do a review on that Mexican pizza, Alyssa, and I'll let you know. It'll be drive-through, so I think some of these fast foods kind of jip you a little bit on the drive-through stuff. Where if you're in store, they can put more product on it if it's not correct. But it'll be drive-through. I'll try I'll have to make a note before I go out the door so I can see the note. Taco Bell, Mexican pizza, and I'll let you know. And I'll let you know what Mom thinks. She's happy with food like that too. Because I went to Arby's the other day, or a week or so ago, and I had a coupon for Arby's where you get these little sliders. And I said, this says four sliders for whatever. It was a deal. And I said, I'm going to go ahead and grab it because she can freeze it, right? And eat it the next He said, no, but we do have 5 for $5. I'm going, what? And I said, is this a regular thing that you offer? And he said, no. I said, okay. They just don't want to take the coupon, I think. I said, okay, same thing. 5 for $5, $1 a piece, which is usually 2 something or whatever for this little bitty roast beef. Little bitty, where they used to be a little bit bigger. Now they're little bitty. Okay, everybody, have a great day. Thanks, Alyssa. I love talking to you. Yeah, I will definitely let you know because we're going to try it. Hopefully today. Cross your fingers. All right, thanks. All right, now we've got to get off of here. Let's see. End the live. Let me end the video on YouTube first. Thanks, everybody. Give me your opinions on all the chit chat that we did today.